I'm always gonna love big hair. That's just never gonna be done for me. So I did flat iron my hair straight today, but I used texture spray and backcombed it a little bit to give it some life, some fullness, all of those things. And I made this video just to show you how to apply texture spray, how I do it. And then there's a little backcombing part in there as well. So I get a lot of questions about how I'm styling my hair, especially when it's straight. So I wanted to make this quick mini tutorial for you. So to get my hair to this point, I shampooed and conditioned it last night. I blew it dry just with a flat brush just to smooth through it. And then I slept with it in a really loose ponytail on top of my head. So this morning I let the ponytail down, the hair kind of fell a little bit, and I just ran over the ends mostly with a flat iron. My hair is naturally straight, but it's really limp and lifeless. So I used a root lifter last night before I blow dried, and sleeping with it on top of my head in that loose pony helps kind of give it a little bit more volume, I think, especially if I'm curling it the following day. But whenever I flat iron it, it gets even flatter. So that is what I've done to my hair to get to this point. I just bent the ends under a teeny tiny bit with the flat iron, but that's all. No product added to it other than that root lifter from last night. So the texture spray I'm using today is from Amika. This is the Undone Volume and Matte Texture Spray. This may look different to you because they repackaged, but it's the same formula as the last one. This may be obvious, but the reason I'm adding a texture spray is to give my hair a little texture. It's really smooth and silky right now, which many people desire. But for me, if I leave my hair like this all day, it's just gonna live right here and it's gonna drive me crazy. So giving it a little texture helps the hair kind of stay where I put it. I have to finish with hairspray because this texture spray doesn't have any hold, but that's a good thing. And it also defines it a little bit. So right now you can see all the hair is kind of smooth and together. Doesn't look bad, but I like a little bit more pieciness to the finished result. So you'll see the difference before and after. So here's before, everything's smooth. I haven't teased it or done anything like that. Give it a little shake, and then I like to start in the bottom and spray the texture spray sort of root to tip in the underneath sections. And then by the time I get to the top, I can just kind of hold it and focus on the ends. I don't want to add a lot of product up here because I want it to focus on the ends to give those a little bit of texture. And I'll do the same thing around my entire head. Texture spray is also good if your bangs fall flat. Kind of spray it on the underneath section of your bangs, and that'll give that a little bit of grit so it won't be so silky smooth. And see, even just doing that, the bangs kind of want to stay off my face. So it's good for a lot of things. You can use it on curled hair with a curling iron. You could use it on curly hair. You can use it on straight hair like you saw here. So now that I've added the texture spray, I'll grab my comb and backcomb a little bit. That helps my hair look more volumized, be more volumized, stay off my scalp a little bit so I can get an extra day out of it at least. And I just like bigger hair in general. So this next part is totally optional. But I always do the texture spray first because that makes the backcombing or the teasing hold a little bit better too. So I'll show you how I do that now. I like to break down the teasing with just my fingers instead of using my comb. I find that I can comb through it just enough with my fingers, but if your hair is a little bit finer than mine, you may find that a comb would help to smooth through some of the knots. Just don't press the comb against your scalp because you'll end up pulling out all that teasing you just put in. Just comb through the top layer. See how I'm doing that with my fingers? You could do that with your comb if you wanted to. So the backcombing makes a big difference as well, but the backcombing would not be this dramatic if I hadn't applied that texture spray to start. So they really are a match made in heaven. The final step for me is applying a little bit of hairspray. My favorite is Kenra Volume 25. I kind of pinch up here at my roots just to give it a little extra lift. And then just kind of do a light layer of hairspray. This is just to kind of hold the shape. So this is the finished result. Lots of volume, nice amount of texture that you can maybe feel more than see, but I promise you it makes a difference. This has been a favorite for a long time, but there's a lot of other brands that make great texture sprays. Kenra makes a texture spray that smells fantastic. Living Proof makes a great texture spray. The Full Dry Volume Blast. Bumble & Bumble makes a great texture spray as well. I just wanted to show you this one because I've been using this as of late. And they did repackage, so I wanted to kind of point out that it's the same stuff that I've been talking about for years, just in a new, beautiful package. So if you need a little extra volume or lift to your hair after you've styled it, texture spray is perfect for that. It's great if you're going to be pulling your hair back in a ponytail and your ponytail's really limp and flat. Just spray some texture spray in there and then pull it back. You'll see a big difference. I will put links to buy everything I talked about in this little quick mini tutorial on the blog post, so go check that out. The link to that blog post will be right below this video on YouTube if that's where you're watching it. And do follow on Instagram. I am K8_smallthings. I share a lot of products and little tips and tricks on stories, so keep an eye on those, or I often have them in my highlights if you're one of the lucky few that can see highlights as well. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if it was, and I will do more of these kind of quick, basic styling tip videos for you.